Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Since today, I will start a new session, a new kind of session, which is going to be full automatic, like full automatic, and that would be a session of having a lot of articles covered in a very short period of time. So I will use my little iPad, and while using this iPad, I will discuss certain global events. So what I do, I just save certain kind. I'm going to put my old man's glasses, which I don't give a fuck because I'm old, and we have here some articles that I'm going to just go over. I'm just going to show you the article. I'm just going to discuss it quickly. So let's start with this Weasel article right here. You see, it says that it's from Yahoo News. John Kerry, and I'm quoting, "We don't have to have a lower quality of life to combat climate change." Who's we? I would like to know who's we. Is you over there we, or am I involved in we? So here's we. Well, I think this is my biggest fear, that once you're going to implement that, whatever climate change, carbon emission, and blah 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 taxes, my standard of living is going to decrease. My children's standard of living is going to decrease, and I would like to know who's going to be in charge of these emissions. I would really like to know who's going to tell me how much I'm allowed to, how much I'm not allowed to. I disagree with that. And what if this will not be true after we allow you to do that? Hey, who are you, John Kerry? Why should you be the global guru of global change, global warming? I don't recognize you. Who are you to speak in the name of global warming? I discharge you from your little position that you have. Okay. And what if you fail? Should we hang you? What should be the procedure? Should we try you? Should we what? What are you going to do about it? I know what you're going to do. You're going to tell us, well, we made a mistake, my bad. So he's still going to be in charge and tell us to do something else. No, Kerry, bye-bye. That's one. Another one. We have this article right here, okay? And it's about a New Zealander who fought in Ukraine and he was killed. What the hell? So, the new voice of Ukraine, Kane Tai, former New Zealand soldier killed in Donbass fighting the Russians. Well, don't go there if you don't want to lose your life. Now you lost it. Hey, cheers. Clink, clink, clink. Good Romanian wine. Next one. It's from Ukrainska Pravda. Ukraine's Ministry of Defense urges Ukrainians to refrain from asking about possible counteroffensive. What does that tell you? That tells you that the Ukrainians know they will not have a counteroffensive. I just covered it in a video a minute ago. And they say, stop asking about the counteroffensive. We don't have the weapons, we don't have the ammunition, so bye-bye. But somehow the Russians are losing. You tell me how. Next one. Going to war? Good news. The United States is 13 years behind in ammunition production. New York Times report. You know what it is? Give me more money. Fund the military-industrial complex in the United States. Double the defense budget, which the idiot Milley said, yes, please do that. Or not please, do that. Otherwise, the Russians' boots are going to be in your bedroom at the door. Your wife. Okay, don't fall for that bullshit. So yeah, going to war, 13 years behind. Hey, how come you're 13 years behind when you had a defense budget of about $780 billion? I would like to know who gets fired, who gets court-martialed, and who gets, I don't know, by law, you know what I mean? Traitors. All right, Hungary, the new voice of Ukraine. Hungary says it will block Ukraine's joining EU and NATO because of Ukraine's education law. Ram pam pam. You see that guy over there? I like that guy over there. His name is Peter Szijjártó. He is the foreign minister of Hungary. So Hungary says it will block Ukraine's joining EU. There's no way Ukraine will join EU and NATO if the rules to get accepted to these organizations are kept up. But they will change the rules. That's how you do. You change the rules and say, Hungary, you have no power. So yes, they don't want it because the Ukrainians implemented some education law in Ukraine, stating that if you use other languages like Ukraine, you get this. If you use Hungarian or Romanian minority language, is gonna be that. This is exactly what the Russians were saying for about, I don't know, 2014. But hey, who knows about that? Well, I tell you that. You check deeper into that. Reuters. Attacks on Iranian-linked bases in Syria will draw swift response, spokesperson. Well, it's an alleged attack on the U.S. drone military base in Syria by alleged Iranian drones. First, the U.S. bases over there, military bases, don't have any legitimacy. They're not, sent by the United Nations. They're just over there on a occupation. They are over a independent sovereign country of Syria without being asked. That's the way it works. If the government of a country asks another country to help them with this and that, then you can come over, Red Rover. If you don't come like that, you are illegally entering the property of that country. You violate the sovereignty. They claim about Ukraine sovereignty and blah, 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 which I agree with that. But how about Syria? Well, we don't care because we take the oil. All right, let's move to the next one. Many Americans thought they were getting a bigger tax refund, study fines. Well, this is, instead of saying the new so-called tax reform done by the Democrats suck and you're gonna remain with less money in your pocket. Trump did a better job. But hey, they can't tell you like that. They would tell you in a different weasel way. Many Americans thought they were getting a bigger tax refund, study fines. Yeah, the Democrats and Biden, whatever, he implemented some little changes here and there, and you're going to pay more taxes. That's basically what happens. Why? Because they're incapable of having a strong, robust economy, so they need taxes. And they're going to tax you. You're not going to be able to consume. The businesses will not be able to reinvest their profits, if they do, and be profitable. Therefore, you kill the economy. You kill the golden goose. Goose. Stolen valor. The U.S. volunteers. Did I show you this? Ram pam pam. Now, the next one is from the New York Times. Stolen valor. The U.S. volunteers in Ukraine who lie, waste, and bicker. It's a full article that I would like you to read. It's a long article talking about how some Americans, went to Ukraine as volunteers or whatever they went as, and they were just over there to profit for themselves. They lied doing this, they stole, they do all kind of things. It's a very interesting article. It's nothing that surprised me. I'm betting it surprises a lot of people who think that in Ukraine only the volunteers are going and the Ukrainians are following the Geneva Conventions. You're going to find a lot of things about people not following the Geneva Convention under this article. Please read it, or this part of it. Then we have here, Ukraine unilaterally hands over all seriously wounded invaders to Russia. The new voice of Ukraine. So don't be fooled by the weasel title, because it's very misleading. Okay, it sounds like, oh, see how nice the Ukrainians are. They are going to unilaterally, alone, we're going to hand over all seriously wounded invaders to Russia. Those invaders are needing blood transfusions. They need nurses, not for but to take care of them. They need doctors. They need medicine. So what the Ukrainians actually are doing in a time of war, they pass the shit back to the Russians. These guys are not going to come back and fight us because they're, what was the word? Seriously wounded. That means like almost dead. Give them to Russians so the Russians can use their blood, can use their medication, can use their manpower, women power, as I said, nurses and so on, facilities to care for their wounded instead of them. So it sounds like, oh, see how nice the Ukrainians? No, they just pass their things to the other one. So you take care of them, you're going to use your resources. That's why, during a war, having concentrations camp, doesn't really make sense, because you use your energy, your resources to kill some freaking captives over there for nothing, just to kill them. You know what I mean? Instead of sending those resources like coal, food, guards to the war, to the front. Just look into that, okay? Now, Ukrainska Pravda. Ukraine's commander-in-chief assures his UK counterpart that situation in Bakhmut is stabilizing. So Zaluzny assures his bosses, that's how I take it, assures his bosses that everything is okay according to plan. He reports to those guys. Why do you need to do that? Why do you need to do that? Because you are subordinate to those guys. This is another example that you can look into and find out, hey, why didn't they call, for instance, the Vietnamese counterpart? Why not the South African counterpart? Why do they call the UK counterpart? Well, why don't you answer that question? Because I know the answer. Finland, new voice of Ukraine. Finland, Sweden, Denmark, and Norway pool their air forces together. You know what it is? They will bypass NATO. That's what they're going to do. NATO is going to change. NATO will disappear as NATO as we know it. The rules will be restructured. That means new regulations will be made, and the regulations will say no one country can veto everybody else's decision to accept Finland or Sweden into NATO, and many other ways. So this is just a de facto, you are part of us because you are a part of coalition. I told you, they're going to find all kind of little ways to go around the definition and the names and the laws and the regulations and the policies and the blah, 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 just to get people, hey, actually, Sweden is part of our organization. Hey, Norway is actually it's not part of NATO, but it's part of do-do-do-do, and do-do-do-do requires us to intervene if you attack those countries. I mean, really, these guys really think I'm weird. Not I. We think I'm dumb. Again, Business Insider, Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Denmark struck a deal to run their 200-plus advanced fighter jets as a single fleet, creating a new headache for Russia. Russia is going to use nuclear weapons, and all that is bypassed. So, off, idiots. Anyway, yeah, headache. Oh, we're going to fight Finland. What was that? Finland, Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. No, we're going to send 3 nuclear weapons and guns, whistles, yes. Missiles over there. Since I'm at whistles, I think I can get some more wine. No rock, my friends. Celebrating, a friend's birthday. Happy birthday, Ovidio. Anyway, so these guys still think the Russians are going to keep it conventional. Now, Fox News. Chinese official snaps at reporter. There is no such thing as a Taiwanese president. Right there. Why? He was asked, I think the foreign minister of China, the Taiwanese prime minister is going to see a weasel somewhere, and he said, I have to correct you. There's no such a thing as the Taiwan's president, blah, blah, blah. These are just rude people. But hey, what do I know? But at least the Chinese corrected the weasel. NATO, insider. NATO ally Hungary throws Putin a lifeline, saying it won't arrest him despite International Criminal Court warrant tied to Ukraine war. And they show, pam, pam, pam. Okay, so, and they saw that Hungary will not obey the ICC, whatever they sign. Just sign off on the ICC and then you can do that. I am agreeing with that. ICC is just a BS because United States is not a signatory of International Criminal Court of Hague. China, Russia, Ukraine, India, and many other countries. Yes, it has a little jurisdiction, but only for the countries that are signatories of that court. It's not a United Nations criminal court. It's just an international, like we make a club, football club. Emil, Gigi, Michael, and Tom. Okay, well, not a FIFA or whatever. Let's move on. Vietnam, Reuters, Vietnam may resist diplomatic upgrade with Washington as U.S.-China tensions simmer. That tells Vietnam says, you know what? We don't want to be with you, my friends. We are waiting for the Russia nuts to collapse, and then we're going to just jump ship. That's what they're going to do. So Vietnam says, hold on, timer, not yet. We're going to wait who's winning over there, and then we're going to talk about it. Now we have the Mexican president, Obrador Lopez, saying that U.S. must respond to Nord Stream accusations right here. This is from Sputnik, when I still had access at Sputnik, because right now I don't have, being in the free country of Romania, weasel country. They asked me all kind of bullshit. I covered that before. I think I deleted all those, but I can look on deleted things, where this is what the Romanians give me when I'm trying to access Sputnik or Russia Today. Where are you, my friends? Right here. This is Sputnik. Can you read? Of course you can. This connection is not private, blah, 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 blah. They allow me to do it, but they care for my safety, okay? So they don't let me allow. And this is the how do you call it, Russia Today. Okay, Safari cannot open the page because it blah, 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 blah. So for my safety, it's just a procedure. But hey, no freedom of speech for you. You. Okay, thank you very much. I think I'm a retard, which I could be according to some, but who cares? We all are. Macron says he's ready to be unpopular. Again, when I used to have access to Russia Today, Macron says he's ready to be unpopular. Of course, he doesn't give up about who voted for him. He's going to be out of the office last time. He got elected 2 times, didn't he? So that means he can get out. So you voted for this guy. He's in charge for 5 years or 4 years, and then he does whatever he wants. I don't give a if you are unpopular. Legally, I'm still in power, and you can't do shit about it. I'm going to send the police and disperse you, weasels. This is how democracy works. Part of it, mass democracy. You got to love it. Now, this is another article from Russia Today that I can't access, and it's over 23rd of March, 2023. U.S. to build a new military base near South China Sea. So what country is the one that they say it's a imperialistic country? Oh, the answer is Russia. Why? I don't know. They just say so. Now, Russia and China sign a long-term nuclear deal. Again, this is from Russia Today, but I don't have the name, title, whatever it is, right here. So I'm not talking BS. Next one. Biden set 2 days visit to Canada with Ukraine trade topping broad. This is from Sputnik. Look at these weasels. Look, you tell me if the guy up front is all there. I mean, who the hell walks like that? Look at his arms. And the guy behind, I'm going to catch you, just bend over. Just bend over. Red Rover, I'm coming over. He has nothing in his legs. He has nothing. Israel may reportedly attack Iran if uranium enrichment level exceeds 60%. This used to be from Sputnik right here. And they say it because these guys are just waiting. Israel is just waiting and they're just pushing, how do you call it, Americans' buttons. And we'll see how that's gonna play. And I have my more than this. So I will change from time to time when I get a lot of articles that I can make videos on, because it will take really too long for you to watch, and I can talk days. So it's not about me, it's about you here on this one. I think I will make articles. I'm going to make a video like this with articles. I'm going to just go over how many I can go in about 20 minutes, cover about 15, 17 articles like this, titles, bang, 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 and just make a fool of those fuckers. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and cheers. Bye, my friends. Bye.